Let's be honest, there's no guidebook when it comes to relationships. So we end up having to stumble through life trying to figure things out for ourselves. What if there was a podcast that found the answers for you, that provided insight to build a successful relationship and ultimately find the companionship you've always hoped for? Welcome to the Girls Ask Guys show, where we answer the questions most people are afraid to ask when it comes to lessons in life and love. It's time to master this thing called life together with your hosts, John and Ashley.
And welcome back to the Girls Ask Guys show, where we are your guide to love, life, dating, relationships, and hell, whatever else you can think of. We got it all. This week, we got a little announcement for you, and some of you might not like it. Others, you just might, because it's going to give you even better episodes.
Exactly. Now, some of you may be disappointed in us, and that's okay. You know what? We love you anyway. But it's a good choice because we're both extremely busy. Now, don't worry, we're not ending the show.
Oh, no.
No, we can't do that. We're extremely busy. We both have some weird shit going on. And so we're just going to do something a little different.
Yeah, because we're trying to get this course up and ready for you guys. But between our recording the podcast, getting the website done, getting the course done, and everything else that goes with all of this, and then add in daily lives and something called a social life and this really weird thing called sleep.
Yes, very strange. Yeah. But it comes to us fleeting, and we love it when it happens.
So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be cutting our shows back just a little bit. So instead of twice a week, what we're going to do is go to twice every other week.
So it's still the same. Even if you listen to it at a good pace, you could listen to it once a week because it's four times a month. It's phenomenal.
So what we're letting everybody know today is that Thursday, we're not going to have a Thursday show. We're going to have a Tuesday and Thursday show next week. What this does, one is we've upgraded to HD, which takes a little bit more time. Last Tuesday's episode, if you looked at our Facebook page, we got that out late. Last Thursday, we also got that one out late because that last Tuesday episode, no kidding, took 18 hours to edit.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Some of that was from new settings, and because of the increased file size, it took what should have been about 2-3 minutes to clean a section. Actually took more like a half hour.
See? And so now we've kind of decided that it makes more sense for us to just kind of go. And it's a simple decision that isn't even that hard. We got on a phone call and we just talked about it, and it makes more sense for us. But it's not even a big deal. We're just cutting back a little bit.
Yeah, we're cutting back. We're not totally eliminating stuff. But what this is going to do is it's also going to allow us more time to get the website up in the time period in which I would like to have it up. I think there's 4 more pages to build out, but it's not being built what normal people would call building a website. Most people use pixels. We're not using pixels. We're using viewpoints. That way, everything is exactly where it's supposed to be, no matter the device that you're looking at it on. So it's going to adjust and work everywhere the first time and not have this bleed over stuff that was driving me absolutely nuts.
Exactly. It's just a more comfortable idea. It's a more comfortable response, and it's everything.
Yeah, it's just more everything. There's no going back and trying to fix something because it didn't work the first time. So it's saving us time in the future, actually.
Yeah, much more time. And then whenever we have the idea that we want to go back to once a week, or we have the sustainability to go back to once a week, we absolutely will. But until then, it's just simpler, and we're making a good decision based on our personal lives and our lives in general.
Yeah, and it's going to give us more time to do more research into some of the stuff that we actually want to research into. And it's not like, hey, this just came up, or we just got this question, they want a response to it, and we're not cramming in order to try and answer those questions the way that they need to be answered.
Exactly.
So it's working a lot more with everybody, and we're hoping that our content actually becomes even better without crunch time.
Yeah. This is just 10 minutes of us telling you guys why we're shortening our show and why it needs to be shortened. And as an audience, we love, appreciate, and we really do. We are so excited by every month watching our show grow and grow and grow. But with that growth comes some limitations.
Yeah, because we don't outsource anything. A lot of podcasts and a lot of coaching companies, when we look at them and you start really delving into it, they outsource a lot of stuff. They outsource their editing, they outsource their blogs, they outsource their websites, and you get that stuff back and you kind of have to make what they did fit what you're doing. Now, we can outsource later on when we've already established everything. We're like, stick with this. Don't change it. And then we don't have to worry about it. But right now, because we're growing so fast, and it's really just myself and Ashley, that's it. That's the team.
Literally, that's the team. It's us.
Yeah, so everything is on us, and we are doing everything by ourselves. Huge learning curve. But at the same time, when we do outsource something, they aren't going to be able to bullshit us because we already know what's going on.
Yeah, we know exactly what we want. We know what the show sounds like. We need to make sure that they understand what the show sounds like. But yeah.
It's not really a huge deal, but we just want to let you guys know that what we're doing not only for our own health, really, because literally it's between what I'm doing during the day, or actually night because I work night shift, plus this, plus the website, plus trying to keep girlfriend happy and not have that whole relationship die because, well, I got to edit today. Oop, got to do this today. Oop, got to do that. Sorry, don't have time for you.
Yep, we love the show, but we also love our lives. That. Yeah, we love our lives, and we would be hypocrites to put our show before our actual personal lives. Extreme hypocrites too, by the way. Because we always preach, make sure that you're going and living your life. And if we don't do that, then it's insane. It does suck. I will say that. Yeah. It's the right decision.
I do enjoy recording the show and answering questions and interacting with everybody. But at the same time, can't really do that if you're dead.
For real. That's funny.
And spending 18 hours on a single 10-minute show, which should really only take maybe 5 or 6 hours, was
Most
insane.
It would take an hour. But John's a perfectionist, and that's not even a joke. Like, when I say perfectionist, I mean to a T. And it's a phenomenal trait. Like, as you guys know, I'm the least qualified perfectionist in the entire world. But the way John takes care of every episode and makes sure it's perfect is phenomenal. But I, as a co-host, can't allow him to have that much pressure on himself. And it would be terrible if I did.
Yeah, so we actually balance each other out.
Yeah.
Ashley's been with the show since pretty much day one.
Episode 6.
5. I did the 4 episodes, but that was really just me going through and looking at how to really do all this stuff. If you listen to that first episode, it's painful to listen to.
It's not my favorite, I'll tell you. I listened to it and I was like, this poor guy.
Yeah.
If only I could help him.
Going from that to what we are today, it's night and day. And we've slowly added in different tools and different programs and editing features. We're using like world-class stuff to get this episode out. And I've talked to other podcast hosts and, 10-minute show takes me a minute and a half to edit. You go back and you listen to the show and you're like,
it's shit.
Oh my God. I was talking to this guy about upgrading to HD because you got the HD wars going on between all the providers out there. And he's like, I don't see the reason. Our last episode that we uploaded in HD, you should see the spike in our analytics. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It went way up. And I'm like, told you. And we've got more stuff coming. Because once this website releases, everybody that listens to the show, your head's going to spin with the amount of information we're going to be pumping out to everybody.
Yeah, it's going to be nuts.
Yes. But in order to do that, we need time to actually get it done.
Right, and less pressure. We should not be feeling pressure. And I mean this, God, honestly, on a podcast. And it's not just to minimize the importance of the podcast, because I'm not trying to do that. What I'm saying is we still have lives, and we still have to live our lives. And as much as we love you guys, we love our lives a little bit more.
We're not canceling anything. All we're doing is just tailoring it back just a little bit. So you're going to get 2 episodes every other week instead of every week. Yeah, we might take a small hit in our downloads, we really don't expect it because we were offline for 4 months and we still grew.
Exactly. Like, it's not, we know you guys are cool.
Yeah, we had the whole freeze thing and we still grew. We ran into some technical difficulties and we still grew. You guys out there in Ghana and India, yeah, you guys are killing it. Yeah, we know exactly where everybody is.
We see you right now, Megan, because we know where everybody is.
We know it's not exactly the show you expected. However, our upcoming episode, you're probably going to want to listen to it because we're going to be tackling some online dating stuff.
Oh, God.
We came across a report, looked at that report, and then delved into it.
Yeah.
Look at it this way. It's not the best thing out there. It's affecting everybody's lives. And we also look at why people are actually addicted to it. Even though they hate it, they keep going back to it. And we have some answers as to why that happens.
It's literally the crack of emotional use. It's basically crack.
And there's a new term going on around out there, and it's called rejection violence.
Yeah.
If you had fear of rejection before, well, now here's something else to add to
more
it.
of a reason.
Yeah.
Right. And you have a fear to reject.
So we're actually going to give you some helpful advice and point you in the right direction so that you don't have to really deal with that stuff and hopefully go and meet somebody in real life. So that's your upcoming episodes. You're not going to want to miss those because if you are into online dating, we got some words of warning for you and how to avoid some of that.
This is for you. As
It
always,
is.
guys, don't forget to like, rate, share, subscribe, tell your mom, tell a friend, tell everybody you know about the show. We're growing so much, and we're growing to the point where we have to slow down, and that's phenomenal. But as always, keep sharing the show out, keep telling everybody about the show, and keep telling everybody you love it, because it is a great show. And we love you all, and we're so thankful that you are a part of this little family that we have.
Yes. And with that, we will talk to you on the next one.
That's all for this episode of the Girls Ask Guys show, where all of us learn to master this thing called life together. For more answers to your questions on life and love, be sure to subscribe to the show so you don't miss a single episode. And head to girlsaskguyshow.com to submit your questions for a future episode or apply to be a guest on the show. Good luck out there, and we'll catch you next time, right here on the Girls Ask Guys show.